Jeymes Samuel's revisionist western The Harder They Fall assembles an all-star cast of both actors and legendary black western figures from across time for a fictional story about two rival groups, the Nat Love and the Rufus Buck Gangs. In real life, the two men likely never crossed paths, and Samuel's blind casting process led him to choose Idris Elba for the role of Buck, an infamous outlaw who was just 18 when he was executed. Buck was biracial, he had mixed heritage, said Samuel. And obviously, Idris is a wicked actor. He's many things, but he is not 18. It's not a biopic, so I wasn't looking at who looks like any of those characters, because none of them do. It's just what they embody as actors. The film offers rare representation for black cowboys, frontiersmen and lawmen who have largely been written out of Hollywood's cinematic depictions of the Old West. In actuality, at least 1 in 4 cowboys was black. Black cowboys were some of the very first cowboys on the cattle trails because many of them used the skills they already had from handling cows as slaves, said Gloria Austin, co-founder of the National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum in Fort Worth. Western history is like a bridge between. It's empowering when people are able to see their rightful place in society and the many different avenues that were taken other than what is generally shown in movies, television and textbooks. Here's a brief history of the real-life figures who inspired characters in The Harder They Fall. Nat Love, pronounced Nate, was born into slavery in June 1854 in Tennessee. A skilled cowboy, Love would earn the nickname of Deadwood Dick after winning a shooting contest in Deadwood, SD. He was also an expert at roping, herding and branding cattle and horses. Love became a free man at the end of the Civil War and after winning a horse in a raffle, set off on his own at 15. He settled in Kansas and found work as a cowboy on the cattle trails and as a Pullman porter on the railroads. He published a memoir, The Life and Adventures of Nat Love, in 1907, perhaps the only full-length autobiography written by a black cowboy. Love died in 1921. Of black and Creek Indian descent, outlaw Rufus Buck led the Rufus Buck Gang, which rose to prominence in summer 1895. That July, Buck, just 18, and his 4 associates went on a crime spree, preying on local white settlers, Creek Indians and black people alike. Buck hoped to instigate an uprising to force white settlers off the land and return it to the Creeks and Cherokees. Mary Fields was born into slavery in or around 1832, likely in Tennessee. Newly freed after the Civil War ended, she headed north and landed at a convent in Toledo, Ohio, where she found work as a groundskeeper.